Okay, I guess I'll say I try not to use the 2 minutes, but it does go quickly. Some people have asked me why I filed for this specific seat. I guess I should explain. Most of you looking around the room, I know most of you understand. There's a 2-term limit on the Borough Assembly, and last year I had completed my two terms, and you have to stay away for a year. And during those 6 years, I was deputy presiding officer a couple of times, and I was finance chair in my final year on the assembly. And being finance chair is pretty important. Among other things, you run the annual budget meeting, which is a 1 or 2 all-day session Saturdays in the springtime, where the various department heads come down with the mayor and present the administration's budget. So it's probably the most important thing of the year. People have asked me why I filed for this specific seat, and I guess it's because I think that a lot of the work, and Luke alluded to this, in the work of the Assembly, a lot of the work of the Assembly is numerically involved. It has to do with budgets, or in the case of rezones or variances, it has to do with distances and feet and acreages and all the specific stuff that people, for instance, from the Planning Commission and the Platting Board are used to dealing with. There have to be people on the Assembly who know how to deal with these specific issues. Have to understand what a rural neighborhood is and what acreage is and what the difference between 1 acre zoning and 5 acre zoning is, and all of that stuff. And I guess if I have a strong point, it's probably in that area. I guess I should mention that in the 6 years that I completed last year, I had the best attendance record of anybody on the Assembly as far as meetings and work sessions. I missed the fewest of anybody, and I did no travel at the borough expense. That sometimes is an issue. People do like to travel, and I did not do any of that. Cost the taxpayers nothing. So I would ask your support, and I look forward to some questions. Thank you.
Hey, Miles, thank you.
This week, I asked the candidates for a statement, and I published it in the Little Free Classified top class put out by Frontier High School. My statement was homeowner exemption, public transit, senior school mentoring, recycling, land grant schools, and no sales tax. Valerie Tharian's statement was, it's been my honor and privilege to serve our community and ask for your support. Tammy Wilson said, as your assembly member, I will be honest, open, hardworking, and accountable to you. Wayne Swenson said, vote no to politicians, vote for Wayne Swanson for assembly. Wolfgang Fox said, sign my webpage for the homeowner exemption petition to stop double taxation of homeowners, no sales tax. Mark Ames said, stop the serpentine theft of our state and nation's providential 90% land-based revenue entitlement provisions. Neva Baker said, invest in our youth today for a greater community tomorrow. Neva Baker, school board candidate. Jessica Smith said, we are continually faced with great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as insolvable problems. These are the answers from the borough candidates. You can see videos of all the candidates at youtube.com/fairbanksvote. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to focus on 2 issues today. The first of which is the rewrite of the ethics code. Luke appointed me to be the chair of the ethics committee, and over a 6-month period, our committee worked very hard to rewrite the ethics code completely from scratch. And although Mr. Satley was on the committee, he didn't attend very many of those meetings. We changed the code so that we look to what you want your assembly member to do, not don't do this, don't do that. The second thing that I'd like to do is, we always talk about economic development, but this time I had an opportunity to go to the Arctic Northwest Borough Economic Development Summit on behalf of the mayor. And I went there and stayed at a friend's house and made some great ties with the communities in Kotzebue and Barrow. And we're looking forward to continuing to work with them, and during AFN and AML, I believe the Assembly is going to get together with them and work on trying to get better ties. Finally, the mayor just introduced a wonderful plan to look to be the most innovative center for energy conservation and supply. And I'm looking forward to working on that. We're going to make Fairbanks the center point for any changes in energy use, and having models at the CCHRC, and hopefully that's going to help increase economic development in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, and we'll bring up seat C. Hopefully, that's Tammy Wilson, Wayne Swanson, Billy Blanchard, Kelly Brown, and Wolfgang Fall. And we've got 4 seats. We will just start right off going into it. We've got.
Hi, my name is Tammy Wilson, and most of you know I ran last year, and I now know that every vote definitely counts since I only lost by 12, so I'm knocking on more doors this year than I did last. You guys, my husband and my children, they haven't got many meals cooked for them this month, you know, but I've been married for 24 years. I have 4 children. Some of them kind of have moved out, but I think if you've had kids in college, they kind of use your house as a grocery store, but they don't leave any money behind. So that's kind of the stage we're in right now. I love Fairbanks. I'm running right now because I just have been involved in the borough, and I really think we need to get more people involved, because it's kind of sad when you sit at the meetings and you only see 1 or 2 people, and they're usually the same people. And I think a lot of times it's because we don't do a good thing about getting information out. And if people don't know what's going on, it's very hard for them to be involved. And I just think that being on the radio, on KFIR, on Wednesdays when they have borough news, I think that's something that we need to start doing again so that we can get that information out. So I hope y'all get out and vote.
Thank you. Wayne?
Thank you all for inviting me here and let me sit here and say my piece. My name is Wayne Swanson. I'm a father, a husband, and raised a family. I'm a homeowner, and I've been here since 1996 here in the borough. And I always have this way of thinking that if you have a complaint, and when you make that complaint, you should always follow it up with a solution. And seeing how things are rapidly changing here in the borough, and that with the increase in the size of the borough here in the near future, we're going to have to become very innovative and very strict on how we are doing our spending. And the reason we need to do this is to ensure that we are not having an increase in taxes on the borough population as quick as the increase in the borough itself. So I have some experience in leadership. I've spent over 10 years in the United States Army. I'm currently a disabled veteran, and I'm going to have 2 more minutes here after I leave. So I'll go ahead and continue with what I want to talk to you about. Thank you.
Billy? We're going through the list as appears on the question. Ballot. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take the microphone because I have a soft voice, so sometimes it's hard to hear me. I'm Billy Blanchard, and I've lived in the borough 30 years. I came here as a military spouse with the Air Force, and very proud to have stayed here in this community because I love Fairbanks, and I think we have a wonderful community. I'm very pleased to be part of a group of citizens who step out and take the time to run for office. You can see there's quite a few running for our seat because we all have something we believe in, and that belief is this borough and this community. I've been a part of this community, participating in a lot of nonprofit events and organizations, and I see running for the borough as the next step in my part of being in this community. We all should give back when we're capable and when we have the time and the energy, and so that's what I'm looking to do, ask for your vote on October 2nd, and give us an opportunity to make a difference. Thank you.